I just want to respond to last night's Newsnight and the appearance of Mary Robinson MP and Halford Hall from WBUK. First of all, Mary Robinson MP has said much about people should be able to raise concerns and have those concerns acted on. If any journalist would like copies of all the emails and the evidence that has been sent to Mary Robinson raising valid concerns from 53 whistleblowers about the actions and conduct of Whistleblowers UK, then please contact us and we'll be happy to provide those. Because listening to Mary Robinson talking about acting on concerns is sheer hypocrisy, and we have the evidence to prove what we're saying. Secondly, Whistleblowers UK talking about helpline calls. The Express recently had to remove an article that where Whistleblowers UK implied they had a helpline. After that article was removed, Whistleblowers UK then went and got a compliance company, Navex, to field their calls because they didn't want to be bothered by being in contact with whistleblowers. They had a helpline for a short while at the beginning. One of the volunteers from that helpline came to us with concerns that they were told if somebody was crying that they weren't to speak to them and put the phone, they were to tell them to call back when they weren't upset. Whistleblowers are often upset and in trauma and in distress. That's what a whistleblowing support organisation deals with, because that is the support that whistleblowers need. To hear Halford Hall talking about call after call after call, it is absolutely horrendous, because this woman has had no contact with hardly any whistleblowers. She'll only deem to give the occasional person a call back if their salary is high enough. If they're a low paid or frontline care worker who's on a low salary, they don't want to take those cases on, because those cases they're not going to get a percentage. The cases, we've had countless people telling us they've been asked for £100 an hour by this alleged non-for-profit company. They are absolutely horrendous. The dishonesty. You cannot build a whistleblowing law and justice on blatant dishonesty and misconduct and lack of integrity. It is horrendous. Everything that is driving the Office for the Whistleblower is built on the fact that Whistleblowers UK are 100% funded by vested interests, the legal and compliance industry that would be able to exploit whistleblowers should Office for the Whistleblower come into force, and only exploit those cases that are lucrative. They don't want to know about the care worker who tells you that your mother is being starved or your father has been kicked in a care home. They don't want those cases because there's no profit in them. They are only interested in the billions of fraud. And fraud is important, but life is more important, and it should be equal protection for all whistleblowers. Edna's Law is the most supported proposed whistleblowing law in the UK. It's the most supported because it's a deterrent, because whistleblowers don't want detriment, they want a deterrent. They don't want to lose their job in the first place. But most of all, whistleblowers contacting us they want the wrongdoing stopped. They want the people safe that are at risk. They want the people that, are covered in bruises to be safe tomorrow. They don't want to go to a regulator that's going to fail them, and when that regulator fails them down the line, then they can go to the Office for the Whistleblower. Well, I'm sorry, but if somebody is dying of thirst, you've got 2 days, 3 at tops. And they've got absolutely no idea what they're talking about. And they, the helpline or whatever they're going to run, allegedly, it will be inundated. It will be inundated, and most of those people that are calling it will not be whistleblowers. The other thing that I'm disgusted at is that they've used the post office and the Horizon tragedy for their own, to try and say to their own benefit. However, I want people to really think about this. The Horizon whistleblower, Fujitsu whistleblower, who came out at the time and risked everything, and that man was frightened to speak out, and he spoke out nevertheless. He contacted Alan Bates. I want that man to be given the status of whistleblower, because he has earned it, and he put his head up above the parapet and he took the risks. He took all the risks and he spoke out. Whistleblowers UK last night said 13 people have come forward. Now it's safe to speak out, and we're giving them the status of whistleblower as well. I'm sorry, but they are sinking ship disclosures. They are not whistleblowers, and we need to start making distinctions here, because you can't protect everybody at the expense of protecting only the genuine. And the genuine whistleblower speaks out at the time, and they risk everything. And it's so disrespectful to that person to hear Whistleblowers UK talking about 13 whistleblowers who've come out, now it's safe. They are not whistleblowers. They are sinking ship disclosures, or at the best, witnesses. They are not whistleblowers. And I would expect people that are writing the law on whistleblowing to know the difference, but they do not. And this is the problem. They've got no respect for the genuine people. And as for the people that have enabled them to do this, knowing that the funding has come from lawyers and US bounty lawyers at that, and the compliance industry, who are all going to profit from this, and who are funding this secretly via Whistleblowers UK. Whistleblowers UK is the main funder of the APPG. Their funders are all these lawyers who want this pushed through. This is not an act of parliament. This is an act of corporate agenda. And we need to start taking back control of our own laws and stop this secret, covert lobbying. The money from Whistleblowers UK is declared in the Register of Interests, by the way. It meets all the parliamentary rules. What's not declared, because Whistleblowers UK don't produce full accounts, is who gave how much and for how long. These people are absolutely corrupt. They need a whistleblower within the APPG to blow the whistle on them. Never mind protect other people. I could say an awful lot more, but I just want to finish on one thing. I've heard people surrounding Whistleblowers UK say that they've got their agenda, this agenda up to the forefront to the public, and they work really hard to get this agenda to the forefront with the public. You could apply that argument to Hitler. It's not about the agenda, it's about getting the right whistleblowing law. It's not about getting the agenda of vested interest funders to the forefront of the public. It's about getting the right law that will protect whistleblowers in place. And at the end of the day, these people are dishonest, absolutely behave like the mob. If you Whistleblowers UK have never ever openly responded to any of the evidence we published, any of the concerns about Office for the Whistleblower, fundamental concerns that it won't work and this is why. You would think they would come back and say, oh, we respond to that, but they don't, because they can't respond to it, because our evidence is too strong. So what they've taken to doing instead is making malicious allegations and targeting us with troll accounts that are run by Whistleblowers UK, have proven to be run by Whistleblowers UK, and they use those to send nasty messages to us. Is that the kind of conduct that you think that people should be writing the law on whistleblowing? Is that how people should behave? I don't think it is, because the worst employer, if you want to see how whistleblowers are treated and the filthy tactics that are used, all you need to look at is to see how Whistleblowers UK employ the same filthy tactics and tell the same and use the same smearing campaigns. May the truth prevail for the sake of the public interest, and I hope BBC Newsnight will fact check in future before they put people on.